Yeah, my friends, the transfer season has started, huh? There's just a little over a month left before the transfer window opens, and Flamengo is already starting to sign players. I know that yesterday's draw wasn't what we expected, but Flamengo is still there, guys. Flamengo just needs one win in the head-to-head. They can draw one and win the other in the 2 games against Palmeiras. And in the championship, we don't even know if it's really Palmeiras that's going to fight with us for the title. The point is, Flamengo is in the fight. Forget about that. Oh, they drew yesterday. Okay. Can the team improve defensively? Yes, they can improve. Now, there are already people wanting to go on a witch hunt. Oh, people saying Jardim's team is this or that. Man, 9 games unbeaten, 7 wins, a draw in Argentina, and a last-minute draw. The team relaxed a bit, that's it. Oh, but they lost to Bragantino too. That was a different moment. Guys, for God's sake, let's not create problems. Problems where there aren't any. Let's not make issues where none exist. People are saying renewing with Bruno Henrique is a smokescreen, but that was always planned. The meeting was already scheduled, and we had already told you in the last few weeks that he was going to renew until the end of 2027. We had already brought this to you. It's nothing new. Then today, Flamengo confirmed it. It's important for us to bring this up here. Man, we always bring you the latest information about Flamengo. We have a lot to share with you. Flamengo is making an absurd profit. Flamengo has a lot of cash on hand to sign new players. Flamengo broke the record for player sales revenue in 2025 and will break it again in 2026, even though, they didn't sell Alassian and all that. They could have missed out. They lost the opportunity. They could have sold. Regardless, guys. Flamengo, the information I'm bringing to you here, the information I'm bringing you is that Flamengo has between 200 and 300 million reais to spend on signings. BP has 1 billion to use for soccer operations over 2 years. 1 billion. Flamengo has 500,000 for 2026, that is mid-year and end of the year. 500 million, right? To use a little less, because you also have to count salaries and everything else, the soccer-related expenses. So the calculation is 300 million in each transfer window. And it started the floodgates open. So that's the information right now. Flamengo has 300 million factoring in what they spend on players and other things. Flamengo has 300 million. About 50-60 million euros to spend in the June transfer window, okay? And then Flamengo posted here, look, since 2019 moving the nation. It's Bruno Henrique. Man, the floodgates are open. Flamengo is going to sign a lot of players, okay? And look, we have Bruno Henrique here at Ninho do Urubu. Check it out. Look how cool that is. Amazing, guys. Amazing. Man, he's really happy with his son. Amazing. Dude, fantastic footage, right? Look, Bruno Henrique here signing with Flamengo. Check this out. There with Jose Boto. Man, spectacular. Amazing. Look.
Look, 1-year contract renewed for us. We don't even need to introduce him, right, Bap? 18 titles.
Don't even introduce him.
You can decide when to discuss, BH. Much will happen before 2027 ends. Maybe more Libertadores. Imagine that. He already has 3, and we'll see what comes next.
There will be one more, God willing. His 4th, our 5th. Look at that. Amazing, man. Amazing. So Bruno Henrique renewed until the end of 2027. We still have a lot to talk about here. Look at that. Him with Jose Boto. What a fantastic, sensational photo. Man, Flamengo is the one that benefits most. Flamengo gains a lot from this. I'm really happy. Flamengo gains a lot, a whole lot. Look at his face in that image. Now, it's what I tell you guys, right? For those who think it's about the president's relationship with Bruno Henrique, with the players on the team, man, that's awesome. Look, Bruno Henrique with his family, right? Bruno Henrique, renewed. Until 2027, there's another year and 7 months with Flamengo guaranteed. Man, that's amazing. I'm really happy, man. He's the player I was most hoping would really stay, have another year here. He's doing great. He's on fire. Look at that. Look at that. What a show. Flamengo's artwork. Yeah, man, he started playing really well again after that problem he had. He got through it, he overcame it. Everything's fine. So now we have the peace of mind knowing that we can count on Bruno Henrique for a good while longer. Look at that. So here we have Bruno Henrique's statement. Since the first invitation, Flamengo has moved me. It's a huge honor to stay for another year. I arrived with the goal of helping, and I experienced much more than I imagined. The word is gratitude for everything I've built. Here and for the contract extension, I want to keep bringing joy to the fans and help the club achieve even more. Monster, man. Monster. Jose Boto, more than the idol he is and will be in a few years, right? What he means to the team right now is very important. I've spent 40 years in football. And when people ask me about professionalism and competitiveness, he's the first person who comes to mind. What a beautiful tribute. What nice words from Boto there about Bruno Henrique. Man, very happy, right? Very happy with Bruno Henrique. Renewing his contract with Flamengo? We really have to celebrate. It's a reason for a lot of celebration. So, Flamengo released the details for ticket sales for the second leg of the fifth round of the Copa do Brasil against Vitória. Only fans with the highest membership plans can already secure their tickets. The other levels will have access throughout this Monday. For the general public, sales start on Wednesday at 10 a.m. Tickets cost RM 200 for full price and RM 100 for half price. Access to the stadium will be done exclusively via facial recognition. For this, the fan must download the Ingresso SA app, register, and complete facial recognition. After validation, you will be allowed to buy tickets on Flamengo's official website. So, the match against Vitória over there in Salvador, it's important for the fan to know that you can secure your spot with Caravana do Haroldo. Get in touch right now with Caravana do Haroldo to secure your spot at Flamengo's games outside of Rio de Janeiro. Look, Flamengo, so to bring you some very important information, right? I'll just talk about the professional football team's schedule. Flamengo trains tomorrow at 10 a.m. They also train today and will train tomorrow at 10 a.m. 3:30 p.m. Tuesday, the flight from Galeão to Medellin. Wednesday, 4 p.m. Training in Medellin. Tá? Thursday, 7:30 p.m. Independiente Medellin and Flamengo. Is that right? So there's training in Medellin at 4 p.m. at Atlético Nacional's training center. Flamengo plays against Independiente Medellin at 7:30 p.m. at Atanasio Girardot. Independiente Medellin and Flamengo. Flight at 12:50 a.m. Friday. Friday, around 4:30 p.m., there's already training at International's training center. Saturday, 4 p.m., training at International's training center. All right, so Flamengo is going to leave from Medellin straight to Porto Alegre, okay? So that's it. That's right, isn't it? Yeah. That's right. Flight, Medellin, POA, that's right, Porto Alegre. Look here, check out Flamengo's schedule. They leave Medellin for Porto Alegre, train there twice at International's training center. And then Sunday at 7:30 p.m. Grêmio and Flamengo at Arena do Grêmio, okay? Monday then, 11:05 midnight, 5 a.m. flight from Porto Alegre to Galeão. So, Flamengo's players spend many days away. Flamengo goes straight to Porto Alegre from Medellin. They go straight to Porto Alegre where they face Grêmio. I already bought my ticket, but it's Mother's Day. I'm deciding because my wife asked me to stay with my mother and all. Let's see how it's going to be. I'm going to make that decision, but it's likely that I'll go to Porto Alegre. Then on Monday, I'll take my mother out to dinner, do something. People will say, won't they, paparazzo, you're bad luck since you came Flamengo tied twice. But being bad luck means losing, not tying. You decide. I was there for Flamengo's major titles. Come on, for God's sake, right? Let's go. I'm here to bring you important information regarding Flamengo's player sales. 90 Flamengo, check this out. Flamengo has 90 million reais to receive from Wesley, from Roma. Out of a total of 25 million euros, that's 163 million reais. Flamengo has 90 million to receive from Wesley. 55.6 to receive from Charlie Alcaraz. That's a lot of money. Huh? Yeah. Out of 15 million euros, Flamengo still has 96 million reais to receive. 32.7 million to receive from the Matias Gonçalves deal with Awali. Remaining balance of 8 million euros, about 50 million reais. So in total, Flamengo has 180 million to receive. Flamengo can count on these 180 million and what was already set aside to make signings. So, Flamengo is in a very comfortable position. Flamengo reached the highest annual revenue in its history with player sales, 503.8 million reais. However, some of that amount is still pending, as we mentioned. 3 deals still have outstanding installments, but Flamengo has money, a lot of money to sign players. Is that right? So, it's important for us to mention here that Flamengo is looking at a left back and a winger to replace Cebolinha, who is expected to leave. Flamengo is also already keeping an eye out for a possible replacement in case Danilo decides to retire. So, that's something for Flamengo to think about more towards the end of the year. So, right now, Flamengo is looking for a striker, a midfielder, and a left back. So, Flamengo is going to go into the market, and Flamengo has about 300 million reais in each transfer window to sign players. Oh, is that a lot? No, Paquetá alone costs nearly that much. So, if they sign an amazing striker, they'll pretty much spend all that money. But that's money Flamengo has, and they'll be able to strengthen the squad even more. Obviously, there will be some departures, but the most important thing is that Flamengo promises to make its biggest signings in the June and December transfer windows. In other words, Flamengo has more than 500,000. Just for signings in 2026, Flamengo is in a comfortable position. They're doing well. BAP is doing a fantastic job managing things, and Flamengo will be in a great position to make strong signings in 2026. So, are you satisfied? Everyone is upset about yesterday's result, but Flamengo has been the biggest powerhouse in the Americas for the last 7 years. Flamengo, 8 years. Flamengo, everything. Since 2019, Flamengo has won everything. This team has won the most titles this century, and they try to call it just a whiff of a title. It's actually embarrassing, right, man? The team that's won the most successful team in the Americas this century. It's the biggest champion of the century, and these guys want to call it just a whiff of a title. They should call it Cheiro Verde, right? If you're going to call someone Cheirinho, it should be Cheiro Verde. Now they're just like Vasco. Vasco celebrates a draw with Flamengo, and Cheiro Verde celebrates being in the lead. I'm the leader. I see the guys celebrating being in the lead, but what counts is who wins the championship. If they're champions at the end, I'll congratulate them. Congratulations and best wishes. But currently, Flamengo holds the Brazilian and Libertadores championships. They're the Brazilian club with the most Libertadores titles. Going on about this, I'm the leader. For me, last year, you guys were in first place, and in the end, you were runner-up, right? My runner-up? That's it. That's right, okay? That's it. I invite you to follow, like, and share on all platforms. If you're on YouTube, I invite you to subscribe down here, turn on notifications, hit the bell, and drop a like on the video. Red and black greetings. This is Flamengo. Thanks.